Hi, I'm Brandy. Welcome back to my desk, and I'm here with Diego, who has been reporting on data centers in Doña Ana County and El Paso and everything that's been going on. Diego, what's going on? How did we get here?
Yeah, so we have two major data center developments in El Paso or nearby. We have Project Jupiter in Doña Ana County between Sunland Park and Santa Teresa, and then the Meta project in Northeast. But for Project Jupiter, that came up really abruptly in August at the county commissioners meeting up in Las Cruces. $165 billion project, massive dollar figure associated with that. Really a lot of the details and things that enabled this project to happen were negotiated basically behind closed doors up in Santa Fe in the New Mexico legislature earlier this year, right? And late last year. So for Meta, similarly, I think there's been some concerns about like, hey, when would this approved? When do we vote on this? And the reality is this Meta project that was only really publicly announced a few months ago was approved 2 years ago in late 2023 when Meta was doing Businesses Worldwide LLC. They came with this proposal to invest $800 million and build this data center. And there really wasn't a lot of scrutiny. It's been really interesting to see how rapidly the data center issue has become one of the key issues in El Paso. You know, I get messages and emails every day, concerns about, man, are we going to run out of water? Are our bills going to go up? And I think it just reflects like a really intense concern of people about these big companies coming in, using our resources, not creating tons of jobs. And is that a good deal for El Paso?
Because a lot of people are upset. They want to know what can they do next or what can they do to make their voices heard.
Yeah, so I mean, the reality is like the contracts and the deals with on the tax breaks and land deals and all this stuff to enable the data centers, like these deals are signed and done, right? I mean, that's kind of the reality. But going forward, I would say that, you know, people can, it's a little bit cliche, but people can go vote, right? And we have a primary coming up next year. You know, are there going to be politicians who emerge who say, no, you know, we want to put a stop to this. We want to attract industries that'll come here that won't use as much water or electricity, or maybe we're not as inclined to give big tax breaks to companies to come here. So I would say, you know, find candidates that that's an issue for, or maybe you support data centers and you want candidates that are willing to, you know, give out tax breaks and so forth to bring companies here. So I think that's going to be a key issue at the ballot box over the next year is like, are candidates willing to support these data centers or not? And I think people can make a really big impact by voting and maybe, you know, holding politicians who approve data centers accountable by voting against them, right? If that's something that you care about. Other than that, maybe, you know, scouring city council agendas to, you know, see if other deals are on the horizon. But yeah, that's what I would say is really focus on voting over the next year. I think data centers are going to be a big issue for voters.